Carmela, they've been making wine in Lebanon for a long, long time.
True.
But we don't hear about Lebanese wines very often, do we?
Not really.
Well, we're here to tell you Lebanese wines are something you got to know about.
Right.
We may not have had the perfect tasting this week. We will admit that. But we think Lebanese wines are worth your time.
Absolutely.
So listen and check it out. Hello, fellow cellar dwellers, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair.
Was that Timmy?
It was.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah, I like
right.
them all, but that was a good one.
Good. I like it. So now, before we get to that, if you're new to our podcast, here's what we do. Every week, we buy wines under $25 with our own money. We taste them and give you our brutally honest opinion on whether they're worth buying. And nobody pays us to review specific wines. We don't accept free bottles from wineries, and we're not afraid to call out a bad wine when we taste one. And Decanter Magazine calls us fun, irreverent,
Chatty,
and entertaining. So if that sounds like your vibe, welcome to our tribe of wine lovers, cellar dwellers.
pretty fun.
Yeah, you like that
You're
one,
kind of a cellar dweller.
I don't.
I mean,
don't
not
know.
as much as my dad. My
Wow,
dad was a
okay.
total cellar dweller.
Yeah, he would. I mean, like he would hang out in the cellar.
He had a little kerosene lamp, and he'd
He had
go down
notes.
there. And then he had a big barrel that he'd
Smoke a cigarette.
and sip on a little glass of wine and take some notes on it.
Yeah.
He was a cellar dweller. We would be
He
like,
was.
Dad, where are you?
Yeah.
And
There he was, hanging out in the
Yep.
cellar. See, could be worse.
love it.
Okay. And then again, yes, the name of the tribe came from listener Timmy. So we're really thankful for that. And again, if you have an idea for a tribe name and you want to send it over, let us know. And maybe we'll ask you if you want to be a guest on the podcast. Okay, Carmela, a little while ago, faithful listener Christine R., aka Tips to Live By, one of our most loyal fans on the Instagram, she's on the Instagram, she asked us to consider doing Lebanese wines. And so here we are, doing an exploration of wines from Lebanon. And we love to take requests from all of you out there in listening land. It's really one of our favorite things to do. But every once in a while, people ask us to do wines from specific areas or specific wines. And it can be a little bit hard to cover those wines because they're either hard to find or too expensive for the podcast. And that was my expectation when Christine asked us to look into Lebanese wine. I didn't think we'd be able to find it.
Oh, really?
That's
How'd you
right.
do?
Well, what I'm happy to tell you all, and you can probably tell because we're doing an episode on it, that not only were we able to find some Lebanese wine, we found some in the price range that we aimed for on the podcast.
Nice. Was it challenging?
Well, I'll get into that a little bit, but It was a little bit surprising because Lebanon is not a huge producer of wine, although it is growing in terms of how much production it has. According to information I found on the interwebs, Carmela, they produce about 15 million bottles a year in Lebanon, which sounds like a lot. But for comparison, California produces 600 to 700 million bottles of wine a year. Our own state of Washington produces about 200 million bottles a year. And the country of Canada produces about 200 million bottles a year as well.
Okay.
In fact, even Hungary does 300 to 400 million bottles a year.
Whoa.
So, on the global wine producing scale, Lebanon is small, but some call them small but mighty, kind of like our daughter, small but mighty. As I mentioned, wine production in Lebanon is growing. In fact, since 2011, they've more than doubled their annual production.
Oh my goodness. Good for them.
Yeah.
They're taking over the wine world.
They are. I mean,
One bottle at a time.
That's right. And some of that is because there are more winemakers and wineries opening up in the country. And as recently as 1998, there were fewer than 10 wineries in Lebanon. But as of 2025, there's about 60. So they really are growing. And with this growing industry, they're exporting more and more of their wine so people like us will be able to try them. And it probably won't surprise you to know that they have been making wine in Lebanon for a long, long time. And we'll talk more about the history of winemaking in the area in a little bit. But what is interesting is that much of the wine being produced there today is not from indigenous grapes, although many winemakers are trying to change that fact. More than 90% of the grapes used in Lebanese wines today are European, and French in particular, and that's because French Jesuit missionaries in the mid-1800s introduced French grapes to the region, and because the country spent some time under French rule in the early 1900s. So that makes sense.
Does make sense.
Yeah. Now, the most common red varieties are Cabernet Sauvignon, which is not a big surprise. It's the most widely planted grape in Lebanon and basically kind of in the world. But they also do Cinsault, Syrah, Merlot, Carignan, Grenache, Mourvedre, and Tempranillo.
Oh, wow.
So they got mostly French, but they threw in a Spanish grape like Tempranillo in there for good measure. And it's mostly, French whites, but they threw in a Ugni Blanc, also known as Trebbiano, in there. So they have Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay and Viognier and Muscat and all those kinds of fun things.
Okay.
Now, interestingly enough, Cinsault is considered to be the signature grape of Lebanon because it's been growing there since 1857. That's longer than you and I have been married.
Wait, we need to do a little math.
Barely. And the grape does really well in sunny, high-altitude vineyards in the country, which is good because that's, what you want.
Right.
Now, there are many indigenous grapes that many winemakers are trying to bring back to create wines that are more distinctly Lebanese. And I'm going to butcher this, but they are known by names, red grapes like Makassi, Sobag, Morad, Mariama, and Asmi Noor. And white grapes like Obadeh, Merwa, Zieni, and Hifawi.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, you repeat those now.
I was going to say, there's not going to be a test,
There
right?
is a test. You have to, at least one of them.
Wow. No, I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. We'll keep moving on. I shouldn't put you on the spot like that.
Right.
I'm lucky enough that you showed up today,
I didn't know
honestly.
that you were going to ask me, or I would have paid closer attention and chosen one, like really hung on to one so that I could repeat it back. But
I should have told her before because that's the only way to get her to listen.
I've already heard them all. I just was trying to hear the next one, so I forgot about the one before it.
No, it's totally fine, Carmela. That's my job. It's not your job. It's my job. Let me do my job.
I try.
Today, Carmela, we are drinking 2 Lebanese wines that are blends, and that probably would be an expectation, and they focus on French grape varieties, so this will be our first exposure to the wines of Lebanon.
Cool.
Yeah, and in the future, I would love to find wines from the native grapes. Because we're not doing the native grapes today.
And you didn't find those?
I didn't. I couldn't find them.
Okay.
But my expectation is that those are probably going to be pretty hard to find outside of Lebanon, at least for a little while longer. And then we're also going to dig more into the wines and the winemaking history of Lebanon in a couple of minutes. And we'll let you know after we try these 2 wines what our ratings are and if you should run out and buy them. But first...
You got to do our shameless plug.
That's right. Thank you for listening to us and supporting our show. And know that we buy all of the wine we taste and review every week so that we can give you real and honest reviews. And if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a 5-star rating and review so we can grow listeners. And we do love to hear from you. We always respond, so you can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at the Wine Pair Podcast and maybe TikTok as well. You can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. You can sign up for our email newsletter there, and you probably just missed it. So you can always email me at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com, and I will personally hand deliver that newsletter into your email inbox by hand.
Wow.
Through email.
You just click that button.
That's right.
Submit.
Yeah, and anytime you can reach out to us at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com and just, shoot the breeze.
Whoa.
And as we do every week, we'll tell you someone we think you should recommend the Wine Pair Podcast to, because that's the best way for us to grow listeners, when you tell your family and friends about us. And this week, we want you to recommend us to anyone who loves classic French wines and wants to explore a new, exciting, and up-and-coming area of the winemaking world, especially maybe if they're stuck in a California Cabernet Sauvignon rut.
I like it.
Yeah, because you don't want to be stuck in a rut.
I mean, God, do you think any Cabernet lover would admit to being stuck in a rut?
Maybe they wouldn't admit it, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to coax it out of them.
Wow. Just suss it out.
Suss it out. Show care, show empathy, and see if you can suss it out.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
And if it's information, education, even better.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So true. All right, well, Carmela, let's find out more about just what the history of wine in Lebanon is.
My goodness.
And what the story of their wine is today, too, shall we?
No.
No?
No, I think we should.
Okay, all right.
It's just so aggressive.
It is. It's a little much. It's a little much.
I'd say so.
Now, this probably won't surprise anyone, except maybe me, but Lebanon is home to one of the world's oldest winemaking traditions with a history that spans 7,000 years, dating all the way back to the Phoenicians, which, if you did not know, is the Greek name for the Canaanites.
Oh, wow. Canaanites. I remembered that.
So hang on to that one in your brain box, okay?
Okay.
Because it will be a good party gift in a minute. The Phoenicians are credited with transforming winemaking from a local craft into a global industry, and between 3000 and 350 BC, they exported Lebanese wine in clay amphora or clay jars to Egypt, to Greece, to Rome, and as far as Spain.
Holy moly.
I know. So at one time, you might argue that Lebanon was the leading wine producer in the whole world.
Wow.
And you can find references to Lebanese wine in the Bible. The Bible.
Did you read it?
The Bible?
Did you pull it out?
No, I found this in the interwebs. But listen to
did
this.
you go back and check?
I didn't. I probably should have.
Yeah.
That's not good. You're kind of like showing me up.
That's
not a
always
great researcher.
No. You're a great researcher, but you definitely will say you need to check AI stuff.
I didn't. This isn't AI.
It's not. Okay.
It just didn't come from the Bible. I didn't read the Bible to get it. I got it from articles. You can get links to all the articles and stuff that we use.
I believe that.
Yeah, so that's not like. Now, in the Old Testament book of Hosea, there is a line that reads this: "They shall revive as the corn and grow as the vine. The scent thereof shall be as the wine of Lebanon."
Oh my.
Yeah, come on. Although it may not be clear, this is an indication of the wine of Lebanon being highly regarded.
Right.
And remember this. Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine, right?
Right.
Well, that happened at a wedding in Cana.
Oh, my God.
The Canaanites. Come on.
Oh, my goodness. Full circle.
I mean, so now you know. Now you know. So,
should we tell everybody that's learning this right now?
Yes.
The youngins?
Yes, we should.
Get
your kids in here to listen to a wine podcast. It's such good education. It's wholesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, after the Phoenicians, the Romans continued the tradition of winemaking in Lebanon, and the Bekaa Valley supplied wine to the Roman army. And the Romans also built some amazing infrastructure to make wine, including a 2-mile-long network of underground tunnels for storing and aging wine. So believe it or not, some of the infrastructure they created is still used today.
Wow.
Yes. In a winery called Château Musar, Roman caves were found and are still being used today. Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
Now, following the Arab conquest of the area in the 7th century, wine production was, as you may expect, restricted, but it was allowed for Christian communities to use in religious ceremonies. And this trend continued in the Ottoman Empire in the 16th century, where Sharia law prohibited alcohol for Muslims, but they allowed Christians to maintain vineyards again for religious purposes. And this religious exemption is said to have helped save indigenous Lebanese grape varietals and winemaking from extinction throughout centuries of prohibition. Now, things changed quite a bit in the mid-1800s, which we referred to earlier, when the French missionaries brought French grapes and modern winemaking methods to Lebanon. In the early to mid-1900s, the French were appointed by the League of Nations. That's not a sports league. That is like for nations, anyway, to basically rule over Lebanon and Syria after World War I. And these actions made French wine grapes the default grapes for Lebanese wines. And even today, people speak French and drink wine made from French grapes in Lebanon. Now, between 1975 and 1990, there was a civil war in Lebanon, and all industry, including winemaking, really suffered. But resilient and brave winemakers kept things going and even became symbols of Lebanese resilience. Wow. In fact, the legendary owner of Château Musar, which is a very highly regarded Lebanese wine, produced wine every year of the war except for 1976. And in fact, he was named Decanter's first Man of the Year in 1984.
Wow.
So these are, the
There's history here.
There's a lot of history around Lebanese winemaking.
Amazing. amazing.
And so despite wars and conflict and being overrun and ruled by other countries and other empires, the Lebanese have persevered, and wine has been somewhat a symbol of that, or at least a part of their culture and part of that.
They know what's important.
They do. And even today, if you're following what's happening in the Middle East, the people of Lebanon and the winemakers there are forced to deal with war and conflict, and yet they keep going.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty remarkable. And on an editorial note, that is one of the reasons why learning about wine and tasting wines from different countries and regions like Lebanon can be so important. We can dismiss it. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to try those wines. But I think it's really important. First, we need to support winemakers in these regions because they're going through a lot. And we learn a ton from studying their history and their cuisine. Cuisine is such an important part of culture.
Right.
And wine is a job. It's what people do. So I think it's a really important thing for us to remember. And so in many ways, this is going to sound corny, but wine is sort of history and culture in a glass.
I love that.
And I think that's an important thing to think about.
No, absolutely.
For a bit more information on Lebanese wines, about 80 to 90% of their wines are made in the Bekaa Valley, which is about 3,000 feet above sea level, and are among the highest in the Northern Hemisphere, which is crucial because it's warm there, and high altitude brings temperatures down at night after very hot days, which gives the grapes a chance to both ripen and maintain acidity. And then Lebanese wines, Carmela, are often described as not shy. What do you think that means? A wine that is not shy.
They must be kind of bold.
Yeah. So I don't know actually if the wines that we're going to be drinking today are not shy because they're actually, they say you can chill them. So I actually put them in the fridge.
Okay.
But in general, that I agree with you. I think that would mean they're bold, they're big.
Could be punch you in the face.
Yeah, they're not going to hide. But we'll see if these wines are that. Those usually are not our cup of tea, but a chillable red we kind of like.
Sure.
So, but we're not going to prejudge.
No.
We're going to give them a chance.
Who told you to put them in the fridge?
The people.
Oh,
the people.
they did.
The wine people.
Oh, they.
Yeah, they. No, but they do say, so these winemakers, they do say you can serve chilled.
Okay.
They recommend serving chilled. So
this will be good for us.
yeah, not ice cold. So I ice cold. I said that kind of funny, but I put them in the fridge about 15 minutes, like right as we started recording. So
okay.
It's that 20-20 rule, put it in about 20 minutes before you serve, and it's perfect temperature. But anyway, Carmela, should we learn more about the wines we're drinking today?
Yes.
Okay. Usually the wines we have in our episodes are under $25 each. However, for this episode, since we are somewhat limited in choice, we do have two wines that are just a touch over $25 each. Don't tell Carmela. Still close.
I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah, still close, but I just want to be honest, they are a little bit over $25 each. Both of these wines should be relatively easy to find because I bought them both at wine.com, which is a great sign that they're selling these on wine.com.
Right.
In general, I don't think Lebanese wines are going to be super easy to find because they just don't make a ton. But there is, as I mentioned, this really famous and well-regarded winery called Château Musar, and that's probably the wine. If you look for a Lebanese wine, you're probably going to find a wine from them if somebody carries a wine. One of our wines today is actually a Château Musar, Carmela.
Oh, nice.
But not one of their top-end wines. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I would expect you to find Lebanese wines in a good wine shop in an area of the world with a lot of Lebanese immigrants, because they're probably going to bring wine in.
Okay.
And of course, you can always go to your local wine shop, which you should do anyway, and ask them to help you find Lebanese wines, and they'll be more than happy to help you. The first wine we're going to drink today is the 2021 Massaya. It's spelled Massaya Le Colombier Rouge. So you can already see the French influence there. This wine comes from the Bekaa Valley and is a blend of 35% Grenache Noir, 35% Sanso, and 30% Tempranillo.
Okay.
So it's a really interesting blend.
Yeah.
And old James Suckling gave it a 93.
Buddy.
I know, it's a high score for old Jimmy James.
He must have liked this one.
guess.
He went right off the
They
rails.
paid him extra for this one. Okay, just kidding. The text sheet for the wine says that the grapes are grown in chalky clay soils at 900 to 1,200 meters above sea level. So that's about 3,000 to 4,000 feet. So it's pretty high up. So they say the grapes are handpicked in crates and sorted on tables outside the vat room. Wow. So they went to some...
Handpicked.
Yeah, they went to some trouble to tell us how carefully they picked their grapes. They are fully destemmed, Then they undergo traditional fermentation for 20 to 30 days in stainless steel vats. The winery also says to drink this wine young and slightly chilled, like I said.
Love it.
So that is interesting. We really like slightly chilled reds. Mm-hmm. The winery says it's practicing organic, so I hope it gets it right someday.
That.
No, it does. No, it is organic.
We're all just practicing.
It's true.
I mean, even life.
That's right. And for a little bit more about the winery, it was founded by two brothers, Sammy and Ramsey Gosen, in the early 1990s, but was founded as a producer of the traditional distilled Lebanese spirit called Arak, which is made from the indigenous grapes Obade, remember we talked about that, and Merwa, and it also includes anise. So it's probably a little bit like an ouzo or a sambuca, maybe a little bit, you know?
Okay.
And legend has it that this is a legend, the brothers met a cork salesman who's like, hey, and introduced them to a winemaker in France who was interested in making wine in Lebanon. And the rest, Carmela, is history. That's right.
Wait, that's so random.
I thought it was interesting. They met a cork salesman.
And then they said, let's just do this.
Let's make some wine.
Oh, okay. And that's kind of, that's
kind of
pretty
fun. I mean, they were already making, some other stuff with grapes. So like, might as well
now
do
we got
it.
the cork.
That's right.
I mean, if they hadn't thought about the screw cap, they could have done it like years before
That's
then.
right. Shoot. We should have thought of that. And then one last thing, the name Messiah means twilight in Lebanese Arabic.
Okay.
So there you go. The next wine we're going to drink is the 2022 Château Musar Lebanon Jeune Red, which also comes from the Bekaa Valley and is more Sanso heavy. It's 50% Sanso, 35% Syrah, and 15% Cabernet Sauvignon. So a mix of some different grapes there. The winery also says that their grapes are grown organically, that this is
practicing.
They didn't say practicing. They said they're just organic.
Okay,
they've stopped practicing.
Right. They have nailed it.
That's right. They got the plays down. They know they got the playbook. They're professionals. This is an unfiltered and unoaked wine. They say the wine is produced in a natural way with what they call non-intervention. And the grapes were fermented in concrete vats at 27 to 29 degrees Celsius or about 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, concrete vats is interesting.
So neither of them are on oak.
No, neither is on oak. Now, the interesting thing about concrete is that sometimes wineries will use concrete because it's like a barrel without oak flavor because it's porous. So it lets some oxygen in. So that's a kind of a traditional way of making wine. And so this might have a little oxidation on it as well. Maybe. We'll see. They say they harvested in September, they blended in February, and then they rested. And then bottled in the summer of 2023. So this wine doesn't sit a long time before it's bottled. They kind of get it out there. The wine is also said to be vegan. So again, these are great choices of organic or vegan or those types of things.
Speaks to you.
Yeah, if that's important to you. Remember, vegan usually is called that way because it's not fined or filtered. And in the fining process, they sometimes use an animal product like egg whites to bind fine particles before filtering. And so when it's vegan, they don't use anything like egg whites. They don't fine it. They don't filter it. Fining is that attaching to the particles so they drop to the bottom. So if drinking vegan wine is important to you, this could be a wine to check out. Both of these wines are actually relatively high in alcohol. The Musar is the Musar is 14%, the Messiah 14.5%.
Yes.
So there you go. Let's go.
They like to party there too, maybe.
Yeah. And then for just a bit more about Château Musar, it was founded in the 1930s.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And today is run by the grandsons of the founders. So that's really cool. Also, the sons of the legendary Lebanese winemaker Serge Hocher. I think I'm saying that right. They are well known for making natural wines and actually like the fact that these natural wines can be inconsistent. And they are known to release their flagship wines, which again, not the wines we're drinking today, but they're more expensive wines, after 7 years of aging.
Oh, boy. Okay, so these are wines that should be aged.
Yeah, these are not the one we're drinking today.
Right, the ones they're top-end ones. Flagship ones.
That's right. And actually, one of our listeners, Adam, he showed a bottle. He sent a picture of a bottle of Château Musar that has some age on it. So excited about that. And they have a famous cellar called the Gazir Cellars, which are underground and house over 1 million bottles in a naturally humid environment. And the Horcher family considers the mold and the spiders that inhabit the cellar to be the spirit and protection of the wine.
Oh, boy.
That's kind of fun.
I mean, yeah.
You probably wouldn't like that.
I don't know.
Cool or creepy, Carmela? Cool or creepy?
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge, I'm not like
You don't love a spider.
No, I'm not. No, actually, what I was going to say is I'm not super fearful of spiders.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
like, a spider. But
what do you get?
I would just want to get that vacuum out right away.
Yeah, you and I have different approaches when it comes to spiders.
Right. I mean, I'm happy to just squish a spider, suck
Squish
it up,
it, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But what do I do?
You like to carefully, barely
put 'em in a
gather
little
them up and bring
and
them
let
up.
'em outside.
I mean, I've been doing that more lately, but sometimes I'm like, those buddies are fast.
Yeah,
So
but you know what? Spiders are good. They're gross looking
they're
and
important.
they freak me out.
They're important.
But they're good.
We would be swimming in bugs without them.
I don't want that pool.
I know.
Okay, Carmela, I think it's enough information. I think it's time to get drinking. So if you have a Lebanese wine or a red wine or any wine you want to drink along with us and compare and share your tasting notes, then please do that. And we'll be right back. Okay, we are back and we are ready to try our first wine. This is the Massaya Le Colombier Rouge. It's from the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon. It's a 2021 vintage. It was $25.97 at wine.com.
Okay.
So just 97
Just a
cents more.
skosh.
That's, a smidge. 14.5% alcohol, 35% Grenache Noir, 35% Sanso, 30% Tempranillo. Sucky James Suckling gave it a 93. Vivino gave it a 3.8. But let's talk about the color first.
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty. It's a dark red.
It's pretty dark, yeah. I mean, it's bright, though. I feel like it doesn't, it looks, it just
It's
looks
mostly
bright.
translucent, but it's darker than like a Pinot.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it's pretty. It's a pretty dark red, I think.
Yeah, but it looks like fresh and bright, and there's no like brown hue. It doesn't look aged
No.
either. Not that this one was supposed to be aged, but
No.
just to say.
Yeah, very pretty. Okay, well, let's smell it and see what we think. I think it's got a really nice smell.
I do too. Fruity. I mean, I'm almost like getting some like crunchy red fruit.
Yeah.
Kind of like cranberry, pomegranate,
Raspberry.
raspberry. I'm definitely getting fruit on the nose.
It's got a little heat on it. I will say that, it's 14.5% alcohol. You can kind of get a little heat. To me, it's got like that cherry cordial, like the chocolate cherry.
Almost, cherry cordial, but like a little bit of rum in it,
Yeah.
Like a little bit of, but it's also maybe even a little spicy on the nose.
I
I
agree.
don't know if it's like a little hint of like cayenne.
Cayenne. I was thinking maybe a little bit more like clove, but it is. I'm coughing. I am with you on the cinnamon, or maybe it's more cinnamony.
Yeah.
Something with a little bit of heat.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say cinnamon. You did. I said cayenne.
I know, but I'm saying I said clove, but maybe it is more cinnamon.
Okay.
Like a big red gum.
Big red, or even like a cinnamon bear, right? You say that sometimes, and that's what it's kind of giving me that vibe a little bit. Wow, really? Is it the alcohol? Do you think that's?
I think so. I don't know what it is. It lifts. The wine nerds, they say lifts. It comes out of the glass, like it goes right up your nostrils.
It does. Right. I mean, and sometimes you cannot get that on certain wines.
100%. All right. Should we taste it and see what we think?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wow. It is definitely spicy. And maybe it isn't quite cayenne. Maybe it's like baking spices.
Yeah. It's not it's pretty dry. Like it's really drying. I kind of feel like the first flavor is almost like dried fruit.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a dried cherry or something. Like maybe that's where that spiciness, fig, almost like the inside of a fig Newton.
Yes, I can get behind that. It does have a little bit of fig on it. I mean, it's
raisiny almost.
Yeah, raisin or currant or it's it's juicy though too.
It is juicy, but I keep getting this like raisiny, dried fruit kind of taste. It's pretty strong. Like I feel like it's got some alcohol kick in it.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a cocktail.
A little bit
Like a spirit.
Yeah.
Because you
It's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, there is like a little bit of that hot
liqueur,
alcohol, liqueur-y taste to it.
Yeah, it's not as smooth as from the smell. It's so beautiful. It's not as smooth, but I was getting that. I was coughing because I think there was a lot of heat on it. So to me, it's a pretty hot wine.
Yeah.
What other fruits might you get?
Well, I mean, I think the fig Newton is a really good call. And raisin, something kind of rich like that. It's almost like it's concentrated.
Concentrated.
You know?
Like a concentrated juice, like a concentrated cherry juice or something. Yeah.
Right. Like something that you're going to get, that you're going to add normally like water to or something.
Yeah, and it's strong. Like, so if you like a strong red wine, I think you'll like this. Like, it's got kick on it.
Yeah.
A little bit punch you in the face.
Little bit, but not quite. I mean, you're not getting that oak on it, though.
No.
So a little more refreshing, maybe.
I don't know about refreshing. It's just, it doesn't have the oak on it, but it does have that powerful, like, it's got a kind of a bigger mouthfeel, but it's also got like just a punch of the alcohol.
Yeah, I think the alcohol is what's doing that.
Yeah, it's high. Okay, what food would you pair with this Massaya Le Colombier Rouge?
Well, I feel like you could do a lot. Like I could see doing like you could do a real garlicky, like rolled flank steak, you know, like what we call a brajol.
Brajol.
Yeah,
Brajol.
you know, you could do that. Or you could have like, I feel like cured meats would be really good with it too.
I think it's spot on. Like a charcuterie board with some cured meats would be really good. Sausages, something smoky would be really good.
Would be nice. Yeah, smoked sausages.
Yeah,
would be
barbecue.
really
I think this would be really good with barbecue.
Yeah.
Spicy, sweet kind of stuff would be really good.
Oh, like a General Tso's chicken?
Yeah, I think it'd be really nice.
That would be really good with this. Something like, because that does have kind of a thick sauce on it.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Like I'm thinking a tri-tip sandwich would be real good.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think so. I think this needs a little bit of meat and a little bit of weight on it to really kind of combat this kind of bigger wine. Well, let's rate it. As a reminder on our rating scale, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't give half points. 7 and above means we would buy it. 4 and below means we're likely to pour it down the sink. 5 or 6 means we'll drink it. We'll finish it. Thank you for serving it to us, but we're not going to buy it. So, Carmela, what are you going to give this wine?
You know, I'm probably going to give, it's hard because it's like, if it's a Lebanese wine I'm looking for, and somebody's like, can you please pick up a Lebanese wine? I'd have no problem picking this up. I haven't had many Lebanese wines.
I don't think we've ever had any.
But I'm not typically going to buy this. So I'm going to give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to give it a 7. I really want to give it a 7, but I don't think I would buy it. Now, for those of you out there in listening land, this is not an indication that it's not a good wine. And I would say again, if you like a bigger, red, bolder wine, I think you kind of like this.
Yes, I agree.
This isn't for the faint of heart. This isn't some like light, beautiful, elegant
summer sipper.
Yeah, no. This is like a serious. You're gonna get punched in the face wine.
Right.
Like
I agree.
it's serious when you get punched in the face.
Wow, it's no joke.
When I get punched in the face, I'm like, hey. You're serious, aren't you?
Well, last time I was punched in the face.
When you punch me in the face, it's always because of something important.
Right. Wow.
It's usually not because, the last thing I forgot to mention, speaking of getting punched in the face by Carmela, it's a screw cap.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's just like a pat on the cheek. It's like a little like a love pat.
It is. Okay, we're going to take a break. Again, like I feel almost apologetic for giving this wine a 6.
I agree.
But it's just not our style.
No, it's not.
So this is a perfect example of a wine that like I think a lot of people would like. It's just not our cup of tea.
True.
But that's okay. All right, we're going to take a break and we're going to try our next wine. Okay, we're back and we're ready to try our second wine, and I just have to be a little bit like, this is live, people. Well, it's not live. We recorded it, but we don't do this ahead of time. This is real. Like what we're doing right now is real. I went to open the cork on this bottle and it kind of disintegrated. Like it just came apart. Like Carmela's like, that cork is not coming out anymore. Mm-hmm. And so that can be a sign that the wine is not doing well. It smells a little off, but we're going to give it a shot. It may be corked. We're just going to give it a shot for right now. But this is the Château Musar Lebanon Jeune Red. It's from the Bekaa Valley of Lebanon. It's the 2022 vintage, also $25.97. So just over the line. I got it at wine.com, 14% alcohol, 50% Sanso, 35% Syrah, and 15% Cabernet Sauvignon. I couldn't find any professional ratings, but Vivino gave it a 3.8. Carmela, what is the color?
It's dark.
It's dark. It's even darker than the last one.
Pretty darn dark.
It's a different mix. It's a different blend. It's almost not translucent, I would say.
Right. It's a little purpley too. I mean, it's getting close to being a bit inky.
Yeah. It shimmers. It shimmers like in the base, but it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay, let's smell it and see what we think. Maybe it's not so bad.
I know. See, there's a little bit like at first I was getting a bit of like a sour edge to it, but I think it could be just kind of like a tart cherry.
Yeah.
Too. What do you think?
Yeah, on the swirl, I'm getting a little bit of vegetable and maybe tartness. We're going to give it our best shot here. It's not a ton of fruit, but I am getting some cherry, maybe more plum, actually, maybe a little more plum.
Let's see. It's a little bit hard to. I'm not getting the same, like spices, the warmness from this bottle, but I am getting a little cherry. I am definitely getting cherry.
Yeah, dark cherry though.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's a dark cherry? No,
I'm kind of getting a little bit of a tart cherry.
I'm getting like a little spicy cherry. I will say if it was corked, we would expect to get like Grandpa's Basement, but I'm not really. You said this, not really getting like
I'm not
wet dog or
like that's why I'm getting a little bit of like a sour twinge,
which could still be a sign, but it may also just be the wine.
I think it may be. I mean, that's why I'm thinking it almost tastes. I mean, it almost smells a little like underripe fruit.
Yeah,
like an underripe, even like blackberry when you or raspberry or something that you pull off a little bit early.
Too early. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, let's try it and see what we think.
It's very different than the other.
It's tart, super tart.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it is like a little.
It's tart cherry.
Yeah.
Which is like Sanso can be real tart cherry tasting.
It tastes super young.
It does taste really young.
It's almost, and it's not, I know you said it's 14% alcohol, right?
Yeah, it's 14%.
It doesn't really taste alcohol-y. It's almost like
It doesn't.
Cranberry juice or something that's very tart.
It's tart, yeah.
And I'm not getting a ton of like the bakings. Like again, there's not a lot of warmth on the wine that you might expect.
To me, it's actually kind of grape juicy. Kind of tastes a little bit like grape juice, which always drives our kids crazy, but it does have a grapey kind of taste to it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But overwhelmingly of flavors other than grape, it's and a grape skin too. It's tannic, but it's like cherry juice. My aunt used to make cherry juice, and that's what it tastes like to me, like a Bing cherry juice kind of.
Mm-hmm. I don't love it, and I don't know if it's. I mean, it's not like it tastes off.
It doesn't.
But it doesn't. I don't know. It just.
I'm not minding it that much actually, but I think I'm a little tweaked emotionally.
Because of the cork?
Because the cork. Like I just feel like I'm a little off because of it. I feel bad.
Well, I mean, it's almost like you said, almost like juice. Like a grape juice. Mm-hmm. So there's not a ton of complexity or body or.
Yeah.
It's kind of one note.
Yeah. Kind of feel like just maybe it is a little off. Like the cork kind of has me tweaked. So I don't think it's quite a corked bottle. But there's something about it that just isn't sitting quite right.
We're not maybe able to give it a fair chance because it's a little bit different than it probably would taste.
Yeah. Just in case, what food would you pair with this wine?
I think you want something like a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Grilled cheese sandwich, something sandwichy, Cuban, a Cubano sandwich.
Right. Or like
pulled
pork.
I had a Philly cheesesteak the other day in Olympia. Ooh. We went to Olympia and visited our oldest son met us there. We went to, what was it called? The Capitol Grill. No, Uptown. I didn't want to say Uptown Grill. Yeah. And I had a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, and that would be nice.
Would have been perfect.
With the bread and that type of steak.
Little sauce, a little juice with it. It's good. Yeah.
I think that would be tasty.
What did you have again? Omelet or something?
I had a salmon avocado toast.
That's right.
Smoked salmon avocado.
Did you like it?
So good.
So good.
Actually, really good.
Would you have that with this?
And it had an egg on it too.
Oh, an egg.
Just what I like.
Would you have it with this?
I don't think I would. Okay. I don't think it would be terrible. I just wouldn't choose to have that. No. I'd probably have a white wine with what I had. Yes.
I'm trying to buy some time here while I think about I just don't, there's something about the wine that I just don't believe we're going to give it a totally fair rating, but let's rate it. I just don't believe it's a totally legit rating.
Okay, well then maybe we shouldn't rate it.
Well, I'm going to rate it.
Okay.
I'm going to rate it. I'm going to actually give it a 5 or a 6. I mean, what are you going to give
I'm going to probably give it a 5.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 5 as well. But I just have a sense like maybe it's a better wine than we're giving it credit for.
Yeah, when the cork does that, it's a little bit telling. Like there's something a little bit not. I mean, you just don't want a cork to do that.
Didn't seal right, or the cork because the cork wasn't like quite right. And, and again, being corked and having a bad cork are two different things.
Right.
But Anyway, that's what I think. So which of these wines are you finishing tonight, Carmela?
I'm going to go with numero uno.
The Massaya. Yeah. That's right. Okay, well, let's talk about the taste profiles and see if we nailed them from a Lebanese red wine blend. And this is going to be really hard because it really depends on the blend. But generally, they're described as having ripe black fruits like black currant, dark cherry, blackberry, and plum on the nose, which we were getting some of. Then licorice, black pepper, cumin. That's interesting.
Okay.
Baking spices, herbs, rose water, balsamic strawberry. Okay, this wine I could almost go with a balsamic strawberry.
Yeah, because it is a little bit of that vinegary, sour-y kind of taste.
Maybe that's what it's supposed to taste like. The Massaya, the winery says a fresh, thirst-quenching wine for everyday drinking distinguished by hints of spice and pepper. We definitely got that. And then James Sucky said a remarkably elegant and light-footed, red for Lebanon with refined red fruit and spicy aromas. We were getting spice. The underplayed power. It felt like it was being punched in the face.
Yeah, agreed.
And fine tannins deftly underline all this on a medium to full-bodied palate. I agree with that. Polished and precise finish. I don't know, man. Château Musar, the winery says a traditional Musar Jeune nose with dark cherries and berries. It's all at once juicy and fresh with pomegranate, cranberries, and herbal scents of violet and thyme. Well, we were getting some of that.
Yeah.
Pomegranate, cranberry.
Absolutely.
Dense and energetic on the palate. I don't know if I call it dense. Smooth tannins, lively acidity. It was tart. Dunn & Son says it delivers medium-bodied structure with juicy dark cherries, blueberries, and pomegranates supported by gentle acidity and soft, palpable tannins. A hint of Lebanese spice and red licorice lingers on a lively finish. I don't believe that this wine was perfect. I just don't think it was the right. I think we need another bottle of it.
Okay.
So what's your verdict on Lebanese wine?
I think we should explore more.
I agree.
For sure.
I'm a little bit frustrated because I wish that cork hadn't broken and then I wouldn't feel so weird about this whole thing. But I feel like
It happens though.
Yeah, I feel like we have to give it another shot. I really do. I really do. And I feel like that is, again, I'm going to say it, that people in Bekaa Valley could use our help. So support Lebanese winemakers. And just because we feel a certain way about a wine tasting doesn't mean that you're going to feel that way. So anyway. All right, now it's time to head over to our news desk so that we can cover our Wine in the News this week segment. And this week will be one of our more bizarre stories. Full disclosure, this is not for the squeamish.
Ooh, okay. More about spiders?
Nope, worse. Ooh. Way worse.
Oh, boy.
Wine in the News this week. This week, our Wine in the News segment comes to us from Ashley Fike, writing for Vice, which Vice should tell you something. The title is disturbing in and of itself, but we have a job to do here, people, and that is give you all of the wine news that we can, good, bad, or ugly. So here it is. The title of the article is Woman Charged with Smuggling After Shoving Wine Bottle in Her Body Cavity.
No.
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
You might already be saying, do we need to go on?
Right.
But yes, we do.
We need some clarification is what we need.
Okay, here's the quick overview. A woman walked into a liquor store in Traverse City, Michigan, got caught drinking alcohol in the store at 9 a.m, was taken to the hospital, and then the very next day came back to the same store, stole a bottle of Chardonnay, and hid it on her person in a way that only became clear when she was in jail.
I don't get it.
On her person is the operative term. Okay.
On her person? On her person.
We don't know the person's name. She is described only as a 48-year-old Traverse City woman. What we do know is, again, at 9 a.m, she walked into a liquor store on West Front Street, in case you're from Traverse City or know that city. She grabbed a bottle of alcohol off the shelf and just drank it. She just started drinking it. 9 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
That's a little early even for us, I would say.
I think this person's having some trouble.
She was. So she was caught and she was taken to Munson Medical Center, if you know that, in Traverse City, all you people over there, for treatment. Undeterred, though, the next day, she was back at the same store, and this time she took a bottle of Chardonnay. Now, employees stopped her on the way out and searched her. They did search her, including her bag and her coat, and they didn't find anything. But they knew that she had taken a bottle of Chardonnay, so they let her go. But police arrested her shortly after, and I don't know why they arrested her, but something happened. And at the jail, during a search, the bottle was found.
I don't get it.
Inside of her.
That's not possible.
For the love of Pete.
I don't believe it. It's a lie.
It's freaky. It's very freaky.
I don't believe it at all.
She was determined.
Nope.
She was determined.
You'd be in the hospital.
Now, this is the best part. She's now charged with 2 counts of retail fraud, 1 count of trespassing.
And she's dead.
And 1 count of smuggling. So smuggling, I think, is interesting. Not smuggling across a border or contraband to a prisoner. She walked into jail with a bottle of Chardonnay hidden inside her body.
I don't believe it.
Now, Michigan law prohibits bringing contraband into a correctional facility, and apparently Chardonnay is one of the things on that list, which I think should be illegal in a lot of places.
Drink when she got in there.
She did. So this happened a couple of weeks ago. I don't have any updated information to share, but if we find out more, or you found out more, let us know.
I'm sick
Carmela,
about it.
How is this even possible?
I don't think it is. I don't understand it. I don't.
This is one where you're just a little disgusted.
Yeah. I feel bad.
Yeah, I do too.
Sick about it.
All right, we have some fun listener shout-outs this week. And I do have to say, we are recording this on a bit of a strange day and out of sequence because we're going to be out of town. We got family coming in. So this is like, we're recording this like several days, like more than a week ahead of when we're going to release it. So we're going to miss some people in our shout-outs that are going to get to us in the in-between time, but we'll get to you eventually. And I'm probably making the story really long and complicated, but just understand that we are recording on a different day than we usually do.
Right. Don't be disappointed.
Don't be disappointed, people. Right. You'll get it. Jason T, he wrote us the nicest note to let us know that he's switching from being a CPA to a sommelier.
I love that
story.
Good job, Jason.
And he said our podcast helps him study, which is awesome.
That's so cool.
And he would like us to look into white Chateau Neuf de Pop.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do that. It's a little expensive, so we're going to look at it. He also let us know that he loves bread and butter Chardonnay.
Oh, right.
But he did tell us that he knew we would hate it when we tasted it. So there you go. Adam, who I mentioned already, he's been waiting for us to do this episode. Joanne reached out and said, hey, can you put me on the mailing list? And I said, you got it, Joanne. Did I say Joan or Joanne? I think I said Joan. It's Joanne, but with one N. So it could be either. I don't know. You let us know how to pronounce it, Joanne, and we will get it right. And then Shaker from the NALA, we met up in Seattle. He came up to Seattle.
So
this is a guy who's been listening to the show for a long time. He's got this business called the NALA in California. And he came up and we just had a coffee and hung out.
That's the best.
That's what we do.
That's so cool.
We love you guys. We really want to hang out. When you come to Seattle, let us know. We'll hang out. All right. Now, here's wines coming up in future episodes in case you want to drink along with us. Italian Sangiovese, but not Chianti. Alsace Pinot Gris. We have the Kirkland Bordeaux. There's a 2023 Pauliac and a 2023 San Julien if you want to pick up those and taste along with us. We also have a Chateau Neuf de Pop from Kirkland and a Moscato d'Asti. And so we're going to be doing a Moscato d'Asti. We rarely do sweet wines like that. But you know what? People drink it. We're going to do it. But with that, Carmela, we're going to head out. So thank you for listening to us. We got stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff. We got to clean the house. We got to get dinner ready.
Clean the house. Yeah. It's cleaned.
Oh, the house is clean, but then we got to pack for a trip, all sorts of stuff.
Right,
so anyway,
right.
Thank you for listening to us and for supporting our show. Remember that we buy all of our own wine and we do all the writing and recording and editing to bring you a show every week because we love doing it. And our small little teeny tiny ask is that you please follow or subscribe to our podcast and leave us a nice 5-star rating and review to help us grow listeners. And thank you very much.
Wait a minute. I'm going to hold you to that.
The cleaning the house?
Yeah.
I knew that was going to stick with you.
What the heck? You want to clean the house?
No, I said we need to do it.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's even
We're
novel.
going to do it together.
Wait, I'm holding you to that.
Okay.
Everybody out there, did you hear that? We are cleaning.
Remember, you're hearing this like we're in the past. You're in the future by the time you hear this. So you'll know whether I've cleaned the house or whether
Joe been that enthusiastic about
Carmela might actually punch me in the face. I'm just letting you know that. You can also follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky and maybe TikTok at The Wine Pair Podcast. And you can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com.
I like how you said maybe TikTok.
Yeah. Sign up. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe we. Carmela doesn't want to be in the videos. Okay. You can also sign up for our email. It's a real bone of contention in our marriage. You can sign up for our email.
I'm video shy.
She is, for whatever reason, she's the more photogenic of the two of us.
No.
But she is video shy. I don't understand it. Okay. She doesn't even want to be in pictures. Anyway.
No, I like pictures.
Not for us. You don't want to be in. Forget it. This is too much information.
We better just have this conversation.
We got to get through this thing.
On our own
when
time.
I'm cleaning with you.
Right.
Anyway, you can find.
I might be much more agreeable when you're cleaning with me.
I'm in so much trouble. You can sign up for our email newsletter at our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. And you can also visit our shop wine section where you can find wines that we rate as buys and buy them by clicking on links. It's really easy. I don't know if you guys know the way that the internet works, but that's how it works. You click on links. We love to make content you care about and you like, so send us a note or DM us. Give us some feedback. Let us know if there's wines you want us to try or winemaking areas of the world that you're curious about, and we'll take care of it. Again, Joe at thewinepairpodcast.com. All right, with that, we're going to sign off. I'm in big trouble, so thank you once again. We'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so you better help your wife with the housework and stop drinking shitty wine. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And the happy ending at the end of our story. Always think too much.